Hi, so here is a review of my NRS pilot knife. As you can see, it's already attached to my PFD. So what I'll do is just do a quick review of the sheath itself, and then we'll look at the knife. So handheld and a little bit wobbly for the moment, I'm afraid. So you can see the knife itself is stainless steel and rubber construction, and it's held into this reinforced glass fibre sheath, which holds it nicely in place, and that is fixed into one of these lash tab type fixtures. So you can see the holes there that it would slot into. I'm not going to remove it to show you. I should have done the review before I fitted it, but yeah, unfortunately we went the other direction. So this is a single-handed release knife, and it can be operated by either hand. And basically you pinch these two little handles together, and that's going to release the knife straight into your hand. It's also spring loaded, so the knife itself is going to push away from the sheath and into my hand as I release it. So let's try and release that so you can see it spring. There we go. I don't know if you really saw that, but there, it's now sprung forwards, so it can be withdrawn quite nicely and out of the way. So let's get that out of the way first, and we'll just have a look at the sheath itself. So you can see underneath there's the top of the lash tab, and you can see how the point, it's like a wedge, has wedged itself under the lash tab there. Get a bit more light in there if I can, and yeah, it locks itself in place, holds itself on there very, very firmly. Let's try and get it a wee bit closer if I can. The construction of this is very nice and solid. It actually feels metal, or really, really solid plastic. So it feels very rigid. Inside here, you've got the spring-mounted area. This piece here, if you can see that there, that actually springs down and allows, that's what pops the knife up when you release it. There we go, that's the best shot. So you can release it nicely like that. It springs out, pings the knife off, and these two here, these just release operate those two lugs in the middle there, which hold it in place. Nice and easy to get back into its position as well, if you simply slide it in place and then just press it down. You hear that click, and you know that that is now locked in place. Okay, let's have a look at the knife itself. So as you can see, it's stainless steel and rubber construction. It has a couple of what they call useful features. So this is an oxygen tank wrench, so it just fits onto an oxygen tank like that, so you can turn it on or off. This is the retaining hole for the sheath, and then you have a lanyard hole there at the end. And also in this one here, you'll notice you've got a window punch. This is one of the reasons why I wanted this particular knife. I'm with 4x4 Response, and we have a water rescue section. So a lot of the things that we're going to be dealing with are going to be vehicle orientated, so possibly rescuing people from flooded vehicles where they've got stuck in floods. As some of you may know, when you're in a flood, your electrics often die. The easiest way to get somebody out of a vehicle is not by opening the door. Could have pressure on it. Also, it could catch the car, cause extra drag, and then drag it further. So it's out of the window. And if they've haven't got the good old-fashioned manual window winders, then taking out a window, removing that glass, getting them out quickly is going to be the easiest way. Also, I've decided to attach my knife via one of these very weak lanyards or retractable spring clasps. The idea is that if I was to drop my knife, or it was to come off the sheath, deploy itself on its own and just fall loosely, then it's going to remain attached to me. I should be able to find it. But at the same time, if this got caught on something, you know, a tree, a fence, or a bit of wire or something like that, snagged on something, then this is going to snap very easily. So it's not going to cause an entrapment problem for me. It's just going to break and that's it. It'll be gone. No problem. So looking at the knife itself, so you'll notice that on one side of the blade you have this ridged section here, and also the same side has a ridged section on the handle there. So that is to help you identify which way round you have the knife. So if you've got gloves on, you will be able to feel that nice ridged section there very easily. And the reason you want to be able to find that is because this here, this side, is the blunt side. Notice also it has a blunt tip, so if you were to drop it, it's not going to puncture a boat if you're in a boat. You're not going to cut yourself with it, so it just keeps the safety aspect down. So yeah, very easy to identify which your rough side is, your blunt side is, because of these rough edges here. You notice you don't have the rough edge there, that's smooth. So this edge is completely blunt and absolutely safe, so you can run that across your hand, no problem. So if you're entrapped rope, you've got a rope caught around yourself, you can feed the knife in, twist it away from yourself, and then cut the rope. So as you can see there, the blade itself has a nice sharp edge on the tip from there to there. You can just see that reflecting away. Then has a serrated section here and a rope cut area there as well. So yeah, it's designed to be able to cut through a rope nice and quickly, you know, which is exactly what you want, obviously. And made in China. I have no issue with that. It's made from 320 grade stainless, so most of the deployments I will get should be in fresh water, or fresh-ish, perhaps contaminated water, but that's it. So a quick rinse once I've finished, and that should keep the knife in good condition for a long time. It's a very sturdy construction. There's no feel that there's any chance of the rubber coming off the handle or anything like that. It feels very well bonded. Yeah, not really much more to say about that. It's I feel a good quality knife. Feels good in the hand, and it's not going to twist or slide because that's got that nice rubberized and fairly thin handle. But still, I've got fairly big hands, and in the hand that does feel, yeah, it feels like a nice knife. Like I say, easy to index which side is the blunt side, so you'll always keep that safe. Whenever I put it into the sheath, I always put the blunt side towards my neck, so that's going to again keep me nice and safe. So that is the Pilot knife, and it's made by NRS. Okay, thanks very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click like, and then that way you'll be able to keep up with any further videos that I put on. And yeah, thanks very much for watching.